Next gentleman is DC favorite. He's from San Francisco, California. All right. He's got fans already. San Francisco, California, and has appeared on the numerous syndicated comedy shows that are now canceled. So please give it up for Doc Barham. Come on, y'all.
One more time. Let's hear it for him. Well, good evening. How you guys doing? Fantastic. It's nice to be here in Washington, D.C. I pulled in a couple days ago, and I've pretty much been driving around ever since, lost. Mostly because, nobody told me that 495 was a friggin' circle! Look, kids, the monument. Look, kids, the monument. Look, kids, the monument. There it goes again. I've learned some very, very valuable driving lessons in the brief period of time that I have been here. First of which is that you guys drive just a little bit differently here. Apparently in the whole metro area, right of way is determined by tonnage and velocity. And stoplights just seem to be rough guidelines. Really. All right, green means go. Yellow means go faster. Go, 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 go. Come on, you can make it. Shit. And red means go
if there's nobody looking.
Let's not forget about those blinkers either, huh? Oh, never touch this stuff. Hell, I just broke that stick right off the goddamn column myself. I don't need that thing. Which is cool with me, because I love to drive fast. I am an unabashed speeder. I love to drive fast, and I always do at least 15 miles an hour in excess of the posted speed limit. And I also always do it in the proper left-hand lane where I am supposed to be. I sense that some of you know where I'm going with this one. For those of us who don't recall this from driver education, let's just go over this one more time as sort of a community service, shall we? You're in the left lane, which is known as the... Excellent. We'll get along fine. You're in the left lane, you look into your rearview mirror, you see a car behind you by, say, 100 feet or so, right? A few seconds later, you look back, now that car is only about 50 feet behind you. A few seconds later, you look back one final time. Now that car's front bumper is virtually locked with your rear bumper, and they're now flashing their lights on and off, and on and off, and on and off, and on and off. Then that means, get the fuck out of the way! And I'll tell you what, if you're not laughing at that, you're one of those friggin' people. Okay, sorry, I have just had it up to here with that garbage. But there's at least one other lane, goober. Just move your sleepy, slow, radio dial fiddling, cellular phone using, booger picking moron ass over into it, because I got shit to do and places to go. It's so frustrating, man. I'm not a bad guy, you know. I just want to go fast, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Left lane is the fast lane. Right lane is the slow lane. Left lane is the passing lane. It's not the passing fucking time lane. It's the passing lane, and I want to go fast, man. That's why I've got an accelerator pedal, airbags, and insurance, because I want to go. But some people just don't get it, do they, man? You get trapped in that left lane. Sometimes I wish I had a gigantic snowplow on the front end of my goddamn car. You know, it's just like, oh, I have been trapped behind you for 10 goddamn minutes, Grandma. When the hell did you get your driver's license on horseback? Come on! Because of the things that you say, man, it's just like, come on. What do I need, a laser beam boring a hole through the back of your skull? Wake up, you geezer! Come on, try opening the coffin lid, you stupid old whore! You can see better! Fucking go! God, great, fine! But that's just me. I'm sorry, I wasn't entirely truthful there. I don't have insurance. Not anymore. Boy, stand-up comedy is so good for me. It's very cheap therapy. It's very cathartic. Get to get a lot of things off my chest. Like a recent acquisition in my life has just gotten to the point now I'm ready to lose control. I am just, oh, God. You guys want to know why I'm mad? Thank you very much. I'll tell you why. Because I just got a computer. That's why. You know, folks, there's a really good and deliberate reason that they don't build those things with fucking necks. You know what I mean? Who here's got a computer at home or work? By applause. Yeah. Okay, I'm not a complete moron when it comes to computers. I know a thing or two, but maybe you could explain. I don't take like the mouse, put it on the floor, thinking it's some sort of a pedal or something like that. It's just like a sewing machine. I know. I don't pop out the CD-ROM tray and go, cool, a cup holder. Good idea. I know one or two things about computers. What I don't understand is whenever you call up the company to speak with, say, the technical representative, the very first thing the voicemail always says makes no sense. It's,
If you are using a touch-tone telephone, please press 1. If you are using a rotary telephone, please stay on the line.
folks, if you have a computer, what in the hell is the chance that you would still have a rotary telephone? What are you using, the Pentium Abacus, for Christ's sakes? How exactly does that work? Oh, yeah, I just got the new Apple Macintosh PowerPC desktop. I'm strapped, my man. I got 2.5 gigs on the hard drive with 268 megs of RAM. I got a 250 megahertz processor with an active color matrix display. I got an onboard 12 by CD-ROM drive with 4 PCMCA card slots, and right now I'm using a 33.6 modem. But I'm still a little bit wary about that newfangled touch-tone Feldhofen. Now, let's face it, man, if you're still using a rotary telephone, then you need to dial up the Clumobile so they can bring you the flint rocks that you need to bang together, Chaka, so you can join the 20th fucking century. I mean, what cheap asshole is into that? Ooh, almost halfway there. Ah, nostalgia. Just can't get enough of it, boy. You guys are a good bunch, man. Boy, that's the thing. There's just so much stupid stuff in American society today, isn't it? So much stupid stuff, and a lot of them are people. I don't know what you guys think, but I just think that there are way too many stupid fucking people in this country, and we need to start weeding them out. Man, it is time to bring back a little social Darwinism, baby. It is time to make Jack Kevorkian Surgeon General and start setting up euthanasia booths around the country. Oh my God, the number of stupid people you encounter every single day is just incredible. And it's not just stupid people that bother me per se in of themselves. It's the fact that there's a whole lot more stupid people than there are smart people. Yeah, and the stupid people are fucking a lot more than the smart people. And even worse, they're making a lot more stupid fucking people. See, I'm not even talking about the mentally handicapped people who can't help it, I'm talking about people who can help it and don't care. Just obstinately ignorant, bone stupid, dumber than a bag of hammers, kind of person who finishes school and goes, whoo, I don't ever have to read another book again. Yeah. The kind of idiot who thinks that the Ottoman Empire is a discount furniture outlet. Kind of person who turns 35 and still has their high school graduation tassel hanging from the rear view mirror of their 83 Firebird, while Glory Days is pumping out the ass end of it. Oh, man. So, I've actually had fun this week. I popped into the sperm donor clinic in town here yesterday. I made a deposit for a little extra cash. Do you guys know they have a sperm donor clinic here in town? Yeah, guys, they will pay you good money. I'm telling you right now, they will pay you as much as $60 a load. load or shot, dollop. I don't know the exact technical term, really. But, you go as many as 3 times in 1 week. I worked it out mathematically. Now, I could put myself into a whole nother tax bracket single-handedly. One arm tied behind my back. Now, we're looking at an extra 10 G's a year right here from Senor Wences, baby. Yeah, smoke that, Havana. What do you think of that, little buddy? It's all-right. I mean, hell, I might as well get paid for something I'm going to do anyway, huh? It's just being efficient. That's what that is, man. Otherwise, it's just money down the drain. Come on. $60 for 3 minutes work? I'm my own Fortune 500 company at that rate. You see my tax returns, just joke-telling jerk-off. My high school guidance counselor ever got to see that, he'd be like, shit, he really did it. But if you go, it's really weird when you go there because they actually have like these porno magazines all over the place, and they even have these porno videotapes because the guys are very visually oriented and stimulated. And I popped in one of these tapes out of curiosity. And on this was something I had never seen before. These 2 women are having lesbian sex with one another, right? Which is cool in of itself, but then all of a sudden, one of them goes and gets a strap-on tool. Follow me? Right, and then starts giving it to the other girl. And as a guy, I'm like, whoa, that's kind of intimidating, And man, I don't want to lose my job. I'm out of the loop, man. But it was okay, because I watched for a couple minutes, and after that, I was just like, yeah, but look at her. She fucks like a girl. Nothing to worry about, fellas. That's cool. You guys are a good bunch, because I'll tell you, that joke's kind of a litmus test. Sometimes people get a little bit uptight by that joke. And, I think in the past few years, I've really noticed that Americans in general around the country have gotten really, really uptight. I'm not sure why, but I think it's because there's been a plague that has hit this country that's called political correctness. And I'm so tired of PC, because it is such bullshit. I'll be real honest with you. As a comic, nowadays, whenever you want to talk about something on stage that's even remotely taboo, it's gotten really difficult. You're constantly being censored now, monitored, judged, poo-pooed, pshawed. It's like, oh my God, I cannot believe some of the things that you were talking about. Lesbian sex and dildos? My Lord, masturbation at sperm donor clinics? My God, where does it end? And the way you were talking about that elderly woman at the beginning of the program and her driving, that is so disrespectful. Let me tell you something, you little wise apple, alrighty? All right? I don't want to hear you making any fun of the elderly. Do not talk about the mentally or the physically handicapped. No jokes about homeless. Don't talk about AIDS. You cannot talk about abortion. Don't talk about drugs. I don't want to hear you talking about sex or sexism. Don't talk about racism. I don't want to hear you talking about homosexuality or homophobia. You can't talk about this. You can't talk about that. You can't talk about the other. That is bullshit. All right? You should be able to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Check your nearest constitution, man. Express your opinions and be willing to hear the opinions of those around you, because that is what this country is all about. Don't you guys agree? All right. Good. Then let's talk about some really uncomfortable shit. So I was fucking the Pope, right? Look at you guys. Oh, we didn't know you were going there. Hold on a second. Whoa. Yep, true to his word, boy. Wouldn't let me wear a condom or nothing. That's integrity, I'll tell you that right now. No questioning his morals. What? Relax. He's no fag. I mean, he struggled. No, I can say that because I'm a Catholic, so. What? That old bastard made me get up early every Sunday of my life. Fuck him. Are the other Catholics in the house? By applause. Put your hands together, Catholic. Catholic, my man? What's your name? Tom, right there. Very good Catholic name, right? Tom, one of the apostles, right? Doubting Thomas, right there. Stuck his finger in the side of Jesus. He did, didn't he? Right there. I don't believe. Pretty rude if you ask me, don't you think so? Well, that's cool. Are you a good Catholic, Tom? Do you go to church every single... I didn't even finish that sentence. Just like, duh, hello, said I was a Catholic. Sounds to me you're a lot like myself then. You don't exactly have that fever for the flavor of a wafer, do you, Tommy boy? That's cool. Half of you guys are, what the hell's Pringles got to do with Catholicism? That boy's logo. So do you go to church at all anymore? No, not at all? Yo, you don't even do that Catholic two-step, Easter, Christmas, knock out of the box for the whole year kind of thing? Yeah. That's cool. See, I don't go to church at all myself anymore either. I just... Well, they got all that holy water there, you know, and man, that shit burns like battery acid. Now, I just find, you know, sometimes as a Catholic, I think some of the things that the Catholic Church has made into doctrine or continues to keep as doctrine just seem to be really, really unrealistic or, you know, really outdated, you know? Like the Pope came to Denver, Colorado a few years ago while he was on tour here in America. He issued the Veritatis Splendor. It's Latin, splendid truth is what it means. Now, it's the Catholic Church's all-new, fully revised, and updated list of venal and mortal sins. We keep changing them, but in there they still include as sins, get this, premarital sex, living in sin, abortion, contraception, and masturbation. Come on, man, you gotta at least leave me one or I'm gonna fucking explode. Besides, you can't tell me the Pope's never washed it a couple extra strokes in the shower, man. He said, oh, it is very dirty today. Filthy, filthy, filthy. Zestfully clean. Hello. Cleanliness is next to godliness. You're darn tootin'. Woo-hoo! Can't tell me the Poperini's never abused Mr. Bubble. Come on. Who's your intercessor? Who's your intercessor? Thank you very much. I will be performing in hell for eternity for that, right? Gee, I'm sure somebody's all offended now. Somebody's all upset. Oh my God, he had the Pope masturbating. Some things you just shouldn't do. Some things are just not funny. Bullshit. Loosen up. It's called having a sense of humor. Because that's what PC does, man. It tries to take away people's sense of humor because it makes them so overly sensitive and so uptight. And so many of the things that PC started out well-intentioned to try to get rid of, there's been a resurgence in the past few years because of that uptightness. Things like sexism and homophobia, racism, things that I think as a species we need to really get past, you know? Racism is a good example. I just joined the Big Brother program recently. Very first question this guy asked me when I walked into his office was, all right, so tell me, Doc, what race do you want him to be, huh? So just to mess with him, I said, I don't care what race he is. Just so long as when I pick him up, he's wearing something sexy. Hell, I don't care if he's black, white, yellow, red. If he's in hot pants, call me Big Daddy. Because I may be a pedophile, but I'm no racist, mister. See, that's the thing. I'm very laid back in my personal philosophy. I don't care what the color of your skin is. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. I don't care what your gender is. That's your business. No big deal. We're all people and we're all human beings. It seems so simple to live and let other people live if they're not messing with you, doesn't it? Just a variation on the golden rule. God, some of the places that I go to in America are still so backwards and racist. It's like embarrassing. I was in Wichita, Kansas not too long ago. And, oh man, I never wished I had my ruby red slippers with me so bad in my entire life. Oh, God. But I'm talking about racism on stage, and after the show, this big, fat, stinking, just wash basin belly, drunken, knuckle dragging, mouth breathing, toothless homunculus. I didn't like him very much. Asshole redneck comes up to me after the show. He's like, hey, Hey, Mr. Comedian, hey, funny boy, come here, I want to talk to you a minute. I heard you's talking about racism for him. I'll tell you what right now. It happens to be a known fact that blacks is just inherently lazy. Yeah, I guess that's why whites needed them as slaves for the first 350 fucking years. Let's see, Jebediah, who's the laziest son of a bitch we can find to do all of our labor for us? Oh! Yeah, come on, Doc, all right? You're just talking white boy to white boy here. Be honest, all right? Come clean. You can't tell me if when you see a black man, he's driving a BMW, you don't think he's a drug dealer? Well, yeah. But that's because I drive an 85 Ford Escort. I think any bastard with a nicer car than me is a drug dealer, man. That's not a race thing. That's just a low self-esteem problem. I can think of one interesting difference between blacks and whites. For example, when blacks live in a really crappy old rundown part of the neighborhood, they call it the ghetto or the hood, right? When whites live in a really crappy old rundown part of the neighborhood, they call it the historic district.
Oh, that one hit it a little bit too close to home.
So it's not one thing, it's another kind of prejudice, whether it's racism or perhaps, homophobia or something like that. Like, I've lived out in San Francisco now for a few years, and I'm sure some of you guys, as soon as you heard that I was from San Francisco, you're probably like,
yeah, San Francisco. I know. Oh, look at him. He's got earrings in both his ears. Hello, bingo. Ding, 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 ding. I bet you he's a big faggot. He's a big fairy. He's a big queer. He's a big butt pirate. He's a big trouser pilot. He's a big sausage smoker. He's a big colon cowboy. He's a big fudge packer. He's a big butthole surfer. He's a big tail gunner. He's a big pillow biter. He's a big...
right? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you folks, but I will confess to you all, honestly, come clean right here and now. I will come out of the closet and tell you that I am a flaming heterosexual male. I love women to death. As a matter of fact, I have been with over 200 women in my lifetime. Only sucked 2 dicks. And the way I run the numbers, I'm still at least 99% macho man. Only 1% sugar britches. But we all got to pay the rent sometime, so just you back off. Besides, those transvestites can fool you. Wasn't even all the second one either. It was just a little down the side. So. I don't get all the animosity towards gay men. They're the most innocuous creatures on the planet, aren't they? You never see violent, angry gay gangs. Bunch of guys with ennui and angst tattooed on their knuckles. A friend of mine recently went to get a job at Walmart, and they wouldn't hire him because he's gay. It's like, who cares, man? His sexuality has nothing to do with his job performance, right? So I told him he should reapply for the job, right? Tell him he was bisexual, but he just wanted to work part-time. See, that way he could come in on those days that he was just feeling particularly macho. Stick him in goddamn hardware. It's so funny. I was really homophobic when I was growing up. I'll be honest, I really was. Till I went away to school and half the theater department was gay. And I learned over the course of a few years that, gays and lesbians are just as normal and boring as everybody else is. But I'll talk to old friends of mine and they'll say stuff to me that just kills me. Be like, man, you live out there in San Francisco, Doc. You're in the gay bay, right there in the heart of all that. I got to tell you, man, I just don't understand, all right? Hear me out. I just don't understand how one man could just ever want to suck another man's dick. It's like, well, obviously, dude, if you did, you'd probably be gay. I like gay men. I'm not gay. I just think that like anyone else on our planet, they bring a number of positive contributions to our society. Besides, folks, guys, if you're here tonight, you're homophobic, listen up. You shouldn't be. You haven't thought it all the way through. You haven't used your logic or reason here. Use your noggin, man. If you ask any woman in this room to describe the average gay man, what will they usually say? Ladies? Yeah, okay, sexy, sensitive. Yeah, usually number one answer I hear is what? Gorgeous? Good looking, sensitive, sexy, sweet, nice, good friend, good dresser, good job, nice car, good sense of humor. Hello, I'm glad they're gay. All right, I don't need that kind of competition. It's like, oh man, you want to be gay? That's cool. More chicks for me. Do the math, fellas. 2 guys in the sack together leaves 2 girls free for your scrawny ass. It's called the trickle-down theory. PC's made it really difficult when it comes to dating between the sexes these days. I think. At least, there's so much like tension between the sexes. You got all this rarefied, terminology that you have to deal with, don't you? Terms like what? Sexual harassment, date rape, and whoa. Folks, there was a time not long ago when the passionate pursuit of a beautiful young woman you were attracted to was considered what? Romantic, right? Well, maybe. But romantic. Nowadays, Pepe Le Pew would be considered a stalker. Date rape is one of those terms you hear bandied about quite a bit these days. At least I do, but, enough about me. I'm glad there's more awareness, but now you hear these outrageous statements like, men don't understand that date rape is wrong. Man, most guys understand. They're decent folks, right? Just face it, you're always going to have the occasional Neanderthal asshole with the attitude like, well, just because the date's passed out don't mean the date's over. Relax, it wasn't me. It was a character I was portraying. But man, that's the thing about, historically and sexually speaking, you guys know that, men have always been expected to be the aggressor or the initiator, right? So for a woman, the idea of being date raped is obviously pretty frightening. But for a man, the idea of being date raped is kind of a fantasy. Right? It's like, whoa, let me get this straight. You're taking me out. You buy me dinner, get me drunk, and take me home, and then forcibly fuck me all night long. Here's the car keys, Catwoman. You are the designated driver. Boy, this is embarrassing to tell you, but this is an example of that tension I'm talking about between the sexes. I was in Indianapolis not too long ago. I met a girl at a bar after the show, and I really liked her a lot. And I thought things were going along great until I made the fatal mistake of just saying innocuously, hey, what are you saying? Get out of here and just go back to my place. She just snaps, just like freaks out, looks at me and goes, I wouldn't sleep with you if you were the last man on earth. And I was thinking, well, no kidding, babe. If I was the last man on earth, I could be a little bit pickier. Shit, you wouldn't live long enough to make it to the front of the line. 2.5 billion women, you'd have to peer through the overly moosed coifs of at least 30 NFL cheerleading squads just to see the back of Kim Basinger's head. See, look at all the guys. Oh, that's a good line right there. Yep, that's a keeper. That is never happening to me again, I'll tell you that right now. Oh, man, she is going to get it. I just can't wait. That fucking bitch. Fucking son of a bitch. Hey, how do you spell Basinger? Is there one or two S's in there? Well, I'm going to have to get out of here. Now, you got a great headliner coming up. I appreciate that, but I do a little writing every now and then. Actually, a little poetry, and occasionally the Dionysian muses upon me. I feel compelled to compose a few lines. And recently, I finished a poem that I submitted to Hallmark, and wow, my finely honed comedic senses tell me that they turned me down. But I was really bummed out by that, and I would like to go ahead and share this with you guys. When the road you chose gets rocky, and the way leads all uphill, and even good friends desert you, as they sometimes will. When the deck seems stacked against you, seems there's no way you can win, that's the time to buy a gun and put it to your chin. When problems loom too large and they're only getting bigger, suck the barrel, baby, and pull the fucking trigger. I'm sorry, I just get misty every time I read that. They really did turn me down, so I said the hell with it. I went out, I created my own greeting card line, and I've also started my own little greeting card company, which is actually now called Hellmark. So if you guys want to get some after the show, I really do have them. I brought 3 different cards that are in my line with me this evening, right here. And this is my favorite new card. I just made this recently. Look real closely here. I know you guys will love this. See this right there on the front? That's got that picture of Jesus right there with his arms outstretched right there. It's really, really beautiful. And on the front it says, "Remember, Jesus loves you." And the inside it says, "But the rest of us think you're an asshole." Isn't that nice? It's from the heart. Hopefully, with the Lord's help, that card will sell well. There's another one of my favorites right there. That is my specially designed stress relief card. Yes, right there. Directions say to insert your thumb through the hole from the back of the card like so, then open up and read inside. You do that. You read right there, and it says, "I just thought it might be nice to get it out of your ass for a while." Sort of a healthy message for all your anal retentive friends right there. Like I said, I've got 3 cards. It's just one for $2, or you can get the whole set of 3 cards for $5. You save $1 on your 3rd card. And if you'd like to see some of the other cards I have in my Hellmark line, just go to the web. If you're online, go to www.hellmark.com. No kidding. And you can see some other cool cards. And also, if you had a good time tonight, sign into the guest book. Let me know what you thought. Write me a little letter. And next time I come back into town, I'll send you an email to remind you. I'll see you again. All right? Before I take off, I'll show you this right here. This is my all-time favorite of the cards. Look real closely. Short and sweet, to the point. See that cute little girl on the front right there? See that? Yeah, she's riding her rocking horse right there. See that? Yeah. Yeah, and it says, "Thinking of you. Just wanted to say, fuck you and the horse you rode in on." Hey, thanks a lot, guys. I'm Doc Barham. You were wonderful. Take care of yourself. All right, good night.